Hello, welcome to my Audacity demo. This is Darren Hall. This is actually my first video, so do be kind. I'm just going to take you through some very basic stuff for this first video. Just before that, there is a disclaimer with regards to what I'm going to do, how I'll show it. So I'm running Audacity 3.1.3 on a Windows 11 device. So anything that I show you on menus and things, well, there could very well be differences between Audacity versions and other operating systems, other Windows versions, operating systems, or you've got any kind of Apple Mac as well. So do take that into consideration. If you do hear any music, it's certainly just going to be played for demonstration purposes, just so I can show you some of the functions, and it's certainly not meant for any profiting promotion of that music from my side of things. I'll certainly use particular keys and shortcuts. There could well be other ones available, so do a bit of research, check them out. I'll certainly try and mention them as I go through anyway. And just remember, this is my own personal knowledge. There could well be other means to achieve similar things. So if you are in any doubts on any steps that I go through, need further information, further clarity, do always seek expert advice, further advice. There's also help within Audacity itself. There's plenty of online tutorials and assistance available too. But this particular one, not going to go into too much detail anyway. A little basic overview for Audacity. I generally use it for sort of making tweaks to any mixes that I do, usually just to kind of boost any sound, tidy up at the beginning, at the end. Sometimes I might make a few tweaks within the mix itself, maybe cut sections out if I think they're a bit too repetitive on playback. If there was anything just to generally fix, then yeah, Audacity pretty much does most of what you need to do, really, and it's free. So yes, it's a great piece of kit, really. So yeah, I'll show you a few of the menus that I tend to use. I'll probably kind of jump between some as we go through as well, but certainly the file menu, you can open saved Audacity files, you can import, mostly I use audio, and export same way as well. If you want to sort of save your project from an Audacity perspective, not from creating like an MP3 perspective, just in case you only get partway through it, want to revisit it. Yeah, they're the main ones here, really. You can sort of create a new project. So yeah, you can do lots of things in there, lots of simple, straightforward things. From the edit point of view, you can sort of use some of these here to sort of cut and copy, move sections of the track itself. You can also create labels as well, probably jump into using labels in much later episodes. Preferences also, it's quite important to have a quick look at, just make sure you've got files being saved to the right location, and also your raw files will take up lots of data if you start to do lots of changes in one project. So always make sure you've got plenty of space on your disk drive, and certainly change that to an alternative disk if you have one available where there's more space. Transport, don't tend to use it too much, but if you attach a different audio device from what's selected here and you don't kind of see it on these menus, but you've definitely plugged it in and you expected to see it, you can always do the rescan audio devices. Then other main one we'll be looking at as we go through are the effects. So the main ones that I tend to use here are amplify, fade in, fade out, also bass and treble actually, and yeah, limiter as well when you're getting like to a bit more of an advanced stage, doing some mastering just to kind of try and finish things off. That's really it from the menu. So you've also got some of these functions here too, and yes, you'll be able to again do cuts and copies where you saw them in the edit section there. You can sort of zoom in, zoom out using these here. You've also got shortcut keys that will do the same thing. You've got Control 1 to zoom in, Control 3 to zoom back out. You can zoom in multiple times, and you'll find as you do this more, you'll probably want to get to this level to edit particular sections of a track. So yes, very useful tools there. You've got this for playback speed. At the minute, it will just be running at standard playback speed ×1. So you can usually, if you need to, slow that down if you want to just listen to a certain section very slowly, if you want to try and kind of hear something, figure something out, or if you just want to get through it a bit quicker. So yeah, useful one there. You've also got, if we play a bit of this now, so you've got the main obvious ones down here as well that you're no doubt very familiar with. You can get to the beginning and the end of your track that you're working on. You can left click to sort of move around and to select one particular piece of the track. So yes, you can then use this to play. You can play from here. So if you just press play, you can also use the spacebar to do the same thing. Spacebar again, just to stop the play. And if you zoom in, it will always, if you play a section and stop, it'll always take you back to where you had selected to begin with. So yeah, some fairly useful ones, and you no doubt noticed you've got the wave file here as well, the wavelength. So you can keep that here if you want to. It shows you the decibel levels, or you can left click, move that to occupy a spare area of Audacity itself, and it just allows you to see things much more clear. Press play now. You can see you get much more detail that you will be able to use to your advantage if you want to kind of visualize or just check decibel levels as you're assessing a track, a recording. So some very useful things there. That's kind of it really for this part of the demo. Not wanting to go into too much at this point. If there's anything that you feel can be added, then certainly mention it in the comments. And yeah, thanks for watching this, thanks for listening, and I'll hopefully see you on future recordings. In future episodes, we will look at adding intro and outro effects to the beginning and ends of your mix, using amplifier to boost the sound levels, using leveler for mastering purposes, and also editing, cutting track sections. Very useful if you just want to do a quick nip and tuck in any parts of your mix. And final thing just to ask is if you wish to follow my music channels. If you do so, links are at the bottom here, linktree/DDHRares, and that contains links to my Mixcloud, my Twitch, my Facebook and SoundCloud. If you like house and techno, or just want to give me a listen, yeah, please give me a follow. Let me know and I'll happily follow back. Thanks for listening, thanks for watching.